Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I want to talk about ranked choice voting and star voting. These are two similar systems of voting that are being tried throughout the United States in order to update the antiquated one vote system. So before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button right there down below. Lots of good content coming up, so make sure you subscribe. Alright, let's get into it though. Our system of voting has been the same since the founding of this country. A straight one-choice vote, simple democracy. But in RVC, which stands for ranked choice voting, or star voting, the person casting their vote ranks the candidates first to last. So why the push for the change? The way I see it, the current one-vote system has created a duopoly. And the choice that we are simply voting the lesser of two evils. For getting ballot access and lack of media coverage, it's a system that really promotes that third parties have actually a chance of winning elections because people will vote them their primary choice and then vote the lesser of two evil candidate their second choice, right? It kind of takes away a lot of the power that the duopoly has right now. So let's start with ranked choice voting. In this system, a voter ranks their candidates. If one of the candidates gets over 50% of the vote, they automatically become the winner. If there's no clear winner, the last place candidate gets dropped off, and then their second choice votes go into back into the pool. So it keeps doing that until you get one person over 50%. So say candidate A has 49%, and then B, C, and D, right? So what happens is then D drops off. Their votes will go to the rest of the other candidates. If candidate A gets pushed over 50%, they become the winner. So like I said, it continues like that until one person becomes that, before that person gets over half the vote. Now, star voting. So this stands for score, then automatic runoff. In this system, they add up the first choice votes, and take the top vote getters, and the top two vote getters, and then pair them against each other, using the highest rank they got by every individual. So if candidate A, if on one person's ballot candidate A got second choice and candidate B got their third choice, candidate A would get that vote. Now if it was the other way around, candidate B would get that vote, candidate A would not. So if candidate A was a voter's top choice, they remain the top choice. But if a voter's top choice isn't in the top two, their highest ranked candidate that is in the top two gets their vote. So what are the advantages? Both of these systems would give voters the confidence to vote their conscience instead of voting for the lesser of two evils. It eliminates the need for a runoff as the runoffs are completely built in. So you will know within one election, instead of having to go back and have that second election like we saw this last year, at least here in Georgia. No candidate got 50% in the Senate race, so then they had a runoff. So proponents of both systems believe that it will also create less divisiveness in politics because you will have candidates that have to run on policy and not on personal attacks against the other candidates, right? Which is a system that the duopoly actually thrives on. They thrive on creating division amongst groups and saying if you vote for the Libertarian Party, it's a vote for the other party. So a Republican will tell a Libertarian if you vote for the Libertarian Party, you're voting for a Democrat, and vice versa when it comes to Democrats. So this has actually been shown to be true. So Maine used RCV in 2016, and they had much stronger candidates that weren't so divisive and again, throwing mud at the other opponents because they had to actually run on principles. Now, I may be biased as a third party supporter, but I believe you'll have more parties involved, which is always a positive thing in politics. I wish a system like that would have been placed during the 2016 primaries. Look at the exit polls in Michigan during the Republican primary. They stated that Ted Cruz would have won the state of Michigan in the primary, but Donald Trump won because John Kasich was in the race. So what would have happened is many of those people that used John Kasich as their number one choice would have had Ted Cruz as their second choice, but John Kasich would have been dropped off. And so it would have been Donald Trump versus Ted Cruz, and Cruz would have won that. I think that's a clear example of the system actually working to get the candidates that the people actually want in office. Not saying that Donald Trump was somebody that people didn't want in office, but many people would have voted for Ted Cruz over Donald Trump. And I also agree that I think you'll get much better candidates instead of the mudslinging and divisiveness that we're seeing, and you won't have as much of it. Can actually help heal the divide in our country right now. The disadvantages is how complicated the system can get. You're having artificial intelligence run these algorithms real time. So with what happened in the last election, you might have people that are, let's say, apprehensive that the AI would be accurate and there wouldn't be any cheating going on or anything like that. And then it would take a lot longer for recount situations because you would have people manually counting and having to do these ranked choice orders between the candidates. So I am, again, very much in favor of using either one of these systems over the current one-choice system. Though I'm not sure which one I favor more. So I encourage you to kind of help even go out and do your research as to which one's better. I look forward to some of your guys' comments. Leave comments below because I'm interested to see where my audience's head is at as well on this. I know right now it's looking like ranked choice vote is what's going to be the next system. It's even it's even written into law in Georgia. So we are going to see this kind of cascading through the rest of the states, which I believe is a very good thing. I think it can help shape future elections, like I said, so that best candidates are being chosen and we're not voting for the lesser of two evils, and we don't have this, if you vote for them then it's a vote for him, this person type mindset on it. I mean, in Georgia we wouldn't have even had a runoff. We could put this whole Shane Hazel is the reason why David Perdue lost nonsense to bed, because it would have already happened. We would have already known. We would have known who the Libertarian second choices were from the very first moment. We would have been able to look and say, well, this person voted for Shane, and that person also voted for Perdue in the second, in their second choice, or they voted for Ossoff in the second choice. We would have clear data on where voters voted in terms of Libertarian voters, who was their second choice, and who might they be choosing in a runoff. You don't have to get people out for a second vote, which voting in the presidential election is always when you're going to see your biggest voter turnout. We know that in off years and most of these in runoffs we see a dramatic drop in voter turnout. So you don't have to worry about those second candidates, and the parties themselves don't have to worry about spending more money on advertisement. And honestly, as a consumer, I hate the advertisements so much. I don't make my choices based on advertisements because I do my own research. So I think a lot of that is actually done before the main one. So it actually is a money saver for a lot of these these political parties. But again, thank you for joining me on this video. It's just a quick one. I will be back with some more videos here pretty soon. I'm on vacation, visiting family right now, so I will see you here pretty soon. Have a good day. Make sure you click the subscribe button down there. Like I said, lots of good content coming up. See you next time.